Hello viewers, I am Kausalya. Today we are going to solve problems 4, 5 and 6 in exercise 7.2 in chapter Coordinate Geometry. The problem is find the ratio in which the line segment joining the points is divided by this. That is, we have 2 points, right? These 2 points are divided by another point minus 1, 6. Right. So we have to find in what ratio this line AB is divided. Right. So here what do you mean by ratio? You see here this is the line AB, or example even you may take a chocolate, right? Take a munch or something like that, right? A bigger one. So here we are, what to say? We are dividing this chocolate between siblings, right? So here we will break the chocolate at a particular point, right? And we will give this part to somebody and this part to somebody. So here the ratio, for example, usually the ratio is, generally we can write in any way. Okay, the ratio may be 1:2, or we can have even the same ratio 2:2, right? Something like that, or 3:1, right? So here the thing is, this line AB is divided by this point, and I want to find at what ratio this OA and this OB are, right? This is the thing. So here we have a formula, that is we call that as a section formula. So section formula is given by this x comma y is nothing but this minus 1 comma 6, right? The coordinates at the point where the line is divided. So this x comma y is given by m1 x2 plus m2 x1 divided by m1 plus m2, and here m1 y2 plus m2 y1 divided by m1 plus y2, right? Here the thing is m1 y2 plus m2 y1 divided by m1 plus m2. So this m1 and m2 are nothing but our ratios, right? And all the other things are clearly given. This is our x comma y, right? And this is my x1 y1 and this is my x2 y2. So now we are going to substitute the values here. So minus 1 comma 6 is equal to m1 into what is x2, my x2 is 6, plus m2 into my x1 is minus 3, divided by m1 plus m2. And here m1, what is y2? Y2 is minus 8 plus m2, what is y1? Y1 is 10, right? Divided by m1 plus m2. Now I am simplifying the terms. That is m1 into 6, I am writing it as 6m1, so it will be very easy for us. And here minus 3m2 divided by m1 plus m2, and here it is minus 8m1 plus 10m2 divided by m1 plus m2. Now you see this point, right? This first term represents the x, right? Because you see everything is in terms of x, and this represents the part of y. Now this first part is equal to our x term over here, so I am equating, right? So minus 1 is equal to 6m1 minus 3m2 divided by m1 plus m2, right? So when you cross multiply, here you get minus 1 into m1 plus m2, therefore minus m1, here the thing will be like this, right? m1 plus m2. So here it is minus m1 minus m2, which is equal to 6m1 minus 3m2, right? So now I am arranging the terms together, that is m1 terms together and m2 terms together. So here it is minus m2, when you move this minus 3m2 to the left hand side, that becomes plus 3m2. Here 6m1, and I am moving this minus m1 over here, so it becomes plus m1. So when you simplify, 3m2 minus m2 gives 2m2, and here 6m1 plus m1 gives 7m1. Therefore, the ratio m1 by m2 is given as 2 by 7, right? The same way, here I am equating my y terms, right? So when you equate the term, you see 6 is equal to this part, minus 8m1 plus 10m2 by m1 plus m2. I am moving this m1 plus m2 to the left hand side. So here I got 6 into m1 plus m2 equal to minus 8 m1 plus 10 m2. Again I am multiplying. So 6 into m1, 6 m1, 6 into m2, 6 m2, and here it is minus 8 m1 plus 10 m2. So again I am combining the m1 terms together and m2 terms together. So here it is 6 m1 plus 8 m1 equal to 10 m2 minus 6 m2. Right, so 8 plus 6 is 14 and 10 minus 6 is 4. And again once you simplify, you see the ratio of m1 by m2 is 4 by 14. And when you cancel these two terms by 2, here it is 2 2s are 4 and 7 2s are 14. So again we are having the same ratio m1 by m2 as 2 by 7. Right. So here for calculating the ratio, you can equate any one of the terms, right? You can equate either these x part or the y part. Just to show we are getting the same answer, here I have equated both the terms, right? So here the final ratio is 2:7. So how the line is divided, you see? This is my A and this is my B. And here somewhere this point, right? That point is located over here because the ratio is 2 and here the ratio is 7. And here is our point O which is located, right? So we will proceed with our next problem. So problem number 5. Find the ratio in which the line segment joining the points is divided by x-axis. Also find the coordinates of the point of division. Here you see the thing is only the 2 points are given, right? Neither the ratio is not given, and neither the point P, that is the vertices of the point P is also not vertices, the coordinates of the point P is also not given. Right. So in this case, here we have to assume that the line is divided in the ratio k:1 because we have no other go. In the previous problem, this point is given, right? The coordinates of this dividing point is given. But here, no point is given. That is, no values are given and even the ratio is also missing. So in this type of problems, we have to assume the ratio as m1:m2, that is k:1. This is k and this is 1, right? So again, we have to make use of the section formula. So in the section formula, it is given by m1 x2 plus m2 x1 divided by m1 plus m2, and here m1 y2 plus m2 y1 divided by m1 plus m2. So here this point A and B, we can take x1 y1 gives A and x2 y2 is from B. So now when you substitute the values, what is our m1? m1 is k here. So k into minus 4 plus m2 is 1. 1 into 1 divided by k plus 1. And here also again k into what is y2? y2 is 5. So k into 5 plus m2 is 1. 1 into minus 5 divided by k plus 1. Again when you simplify the terms, minus 4k plus 1 divided by k plus 1, and here 5k minus 5 divided by k plus 1. So, okay, we finish this part. Now, the only hint which is given is these points, okay, these points are divided by the x-axis, right? This is the hint which is given here. So, how a point on the x-axis will look like? The value of this y coordinate will be 0, right? A point on the x-axis is given by some value of x over here, comma 0, because the point is on the x-axis, right? Whenever a point is located on the x-axis, we will be having only the value of x coordinate and the value of y coordinate is 0. Okay, just for example, I am writing values like this. So here the thing is, you see, again the same part, right? The point is on the x-axis. So here we will be having some value of x, but the value of this y part is 0, right? So now I am equating this y part. So 0 is equal to 5k minus 5 by k plus 1. And when I move this part over here, this becomes 0. And finally 5k minus 5 is equal to 0. Therefore 5k is equal to 5. Then what about the value of k? It is 1. Right. After finding the value of k, you can substitute this value of k over here so that you can find the value of x. So when you substitute the value of k as 1, so it is minus 4 plus 1 by 1 plus 1, right? So minus 4 plus 1 is minus 3 and 1 plus 1 is 2. Therefore, you see here the value of the point is minus 3 by 2 comma 0, right? So this is my x value and this is my y value, right? So now we proceed with our next problem. So the problem is, if 1, 2, 4, y, x, 6 and 3, 5 are the vertices of a parallelogram taken in order, then find x, y. So here 4 vertices are given and the figure is a parallelogram. It is clearly given here, right? So draw a diagram and all these vertices should be taken in a proper order. That is, this is A, this is B, this is C and this is D, right? That's the thing. So draw the diagram and write down the points. Now you have to find x and y, right? So you see y is present in B part and x is present in C part. So here we are moving with the midpoint, right? That is, the midpoint of AC is equal to midpoint of BD. Okay, this is the case in a parallelogram. So midpoint of AC, right? So here I have 1, 2 and x, b and BD. Here 4, y and 3, 5. So what is the midpoint formula? Midpoint is given by x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. Right, the same applies over here. x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. Right. So you see, when you consider AC, this is my x1, y1 and this is my x2 and y2, right? So x1 plus x2, so 1 plus x by 2, 2 plus 6 by 2, right? This is what I written here. When you consider the points BD, this is my x1, y1 and this is my x2 and y2. So here the point will be x1 plus x2 by 2. So 4 plus 3 by 2, y plus 5 by 2 or 5 plus y by 2. Okay, both means the same. So here we are going to simplify and finally we are going to equate. So here the thing is 1 plus x by 2, 6 plus 2 is 8. So 8 by 2. Here 4 plus 3 is 7 by 2, 5 plus y by 2. Now we are going to equate the terms. Okay, this represents our, that is the first term is equated to our first term and the second term is equated to our second term. So 1 plus x by 2 is equal to 7 by 2 and here 8 by 2 is equal to 5 plus y by 2. You see here both these terms are equal. That is the reason why I am equating the x value to x and y value to y. So once you simplify, you see 2 is in denominator in both sides, so I can cancel it. So 1 plus s equal to 7, therefore x is equal to 7 minus 1 which is equal to 6. And here again 8 by 2 is equal to 5 plus y by 2, so I am cancelling 2. So 8 is equal to 5 plus y, therefore what about y? I am moving this 5 to the left hand side. So 8 minus 5 is equal to y, therefore the value of y is equal to 3. Right. So finally we have calculated the values of x and y. So that's all in this video. If you have any doubt, let me know in the comment section. Thank you.